Suppose we have x4, and we want to calculate how far away this x4 is from this separating line. Again, right, distance tells you your confidence about classify one point. So how to calculate the distance from x4, which is 6,4, to the separating line? You should remember, right? The general formula is w dot x4 plus b to norm, which means it is equal to w is 2 over 3, 1 over 3 dot product 6,4 plus b. B is minus 2, right? Minus 3. W to norm, right?
On top is the absolute value.
Absolute value. Because it may be negative. So basically, right? Yeah, I mean, so if this point is below this line,
Right.
then you get a negative point. So if x is above the line, it's in the positive space, you get a positive distance. Okay? So if the point is in positive space, then the distance is positive. So if a point is in the negative space, so here we define below, the space below the line is negative space. So if the point is here, for example, then the distance you calculate. If you do not add this absolute value, you get a negative value. Okay? So this is, I mean, it's one question you will be asked in the exam. So how to calculate distance? And then another question you'll be asked for midterm exam. Suppose you have two testing points, and I want to do classification, which means I want to predict this F5 should be positive or negative. X6 should be positive or negative, right? How to do classification? So basically, I mean, we apply classify to classify a tweet, right? So basically, I mean, the way support vector machine gives you prediction basically is to calculate. So we calculate W x5 plus B. So W is 2 over 3, 1 over 3, and then 1, 1, minus 3, right? What's the value here? Minus 2, right? You follow? Less than 0, right?
So what's the question again?
So suppose we have two testing points. We want to classify these two testing points to positive class and negative class. So this point, should this be positive class or negative class?
Yeah, makes sense.
So we basically calculate W dot x5 plus B. So if this is negative, then we say x5 belong to negative class. If this is positive, then we say x5 belong to positive class. So here we calculate, this is minus 2, right? So that's why it's negative class. How about this one? W. So keep in mind, right? All points above the line will get a W dot x plus B. So all the space here should have W dot x plus B greater than 0. And then all the space here should have W dot x plus B less than 0. Because this is negative space, right? This is positive space. Right here. How about x6? Should we predict, right? Supported by the machine, right? Should we predict this x6 should be positive or negative? Should be positive class or negative class? Let me calculate. 2 over 3, 1 over 3, 4, 2, minus 3, right? So this is equal to 10 over 3, which is 1 over 3, right? You follow? So this is greater than 0.
10 over 3.
Right?
3. 10 over
10 over 3
minus, oh, it's equal.
minus 3, right? So keep in mind, right? So this is the distance of x5 to the separating line. So this is the distance of x6 to the separating line, right? Again, right? So the denominator is the same, right? And this is minus 2. This is only 1 over 3, right? So which means x6 should be closer to the separating line than x5, right? So let us try. So where is the location for x5? 1, 1, right? Here, right? So this is the distance. You follow? How about x6? 4, 2, right? Here, right? Right? 4, 2, right? This point, right? So this is the distance, right? You see 2, right? 2 compared with 1 over 3. So I mean, so I just want to know the distance is important. Okay. So now so far, right? You should know how to calculate W and D by solving a system of 3 linear equations. And you should be able to know how to calculate distance of any point to the separating line. And you should be able to classify any point to appropriate class. Just look at W dot x plus b. If this is positive, then you say it belongs to positive class. Otherwise, it belongs to negative class. So if this is equal to 0, how about that? So if this is equal to 0, what does this mean? Which means that the point is in this line, right? Okay? So which means the distance of a point to the line is 0, which means the point is in the separated line. In this case, you have an equal chance you predict to be positive or negative. So when you apply a Python library of supported by the machine, you do classification, you get a probability is 50%. You should understand, which means the point exactly is within your separating line. Only in this case, it will give you 50% probability to be true. Okay, and so now, because I found it very important to practice. I mean, because we are going to use variables, symbols, more and more in the future. So that's why I really want you to practice. This is another example. So I'll ask a volunteer. Okay, give you 3 minutes. Okay, good. So basically, you need to figure out what would be the best line. And again, right? The best line should find three points on the boundary. And then you get a system of 3 linear equations. You solve the linear equation. So you can, because this is kind of a template, right? If you can finish this example, right, you almost get 40 points for me to turn it. Because I mean, your midterm exam has 3 problems. One problem is about data collection. One problem is about summary statistics. I mean, data exploratory analysis. And then the last problem is support vector machine. And the last problem, basically, I mean, you first need to figure out what is data may be. And then you need to figure out how to calculate distance at a point to the line. And then give you some testing points. You need to figure out what are their classes. So basically, these are the 3 questions for problem 3 for support vector machine. If you can finish, if you can answer all the questions, you get 40 points. Okay? I mean, right? So you need, rule 1, you need to find a line that is separate to class. Rule 1, a line separate to class. Rule 2, you calculate margin. Make sure you rotate the line. Make sure it includes 3 points on the boundary of your margin. If you can do that, then it should be the correct answer. Yeah, this is a little challenging, right? Because the 3 points may be 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, right? Which one?
This the second one, 2.
Second one?
2 red. And then
So let me show, right?
2 red, 1 red. Better.
Yeah.
So we'll first try. No, I cannot, right? Because then this is in the margin. So which means, I mean, these 3 points cannot. Then let me try. Right, this should be the right one, right? Because the first one, the one red point in the margin is not allowed. So which means the best line should be right? Why? Because how about that? I mean, if this is one line, how about this line? So then we rotate at one point, equal size. Then this boundary does not touch any point, right? You follow? So which means it cannot be the best line. You need to somehow rotate your line. Somehow rotate your line such that the boundary of the margin touch 3 points. That's why, okay, you only touch 1, right? So then maybe I move to here. And then equal size. Good. But in this case, I mean, it touch 1, 2, right? Maybe here. But still not enough, right? Because, I mean, if you rotate further, then you can increase your margin. And still, right? Still, there's only 1 point, so you can further rotate, and then you can increase here, right? That's why we get this rotating line in the middle, right? So basically, you find a line separate to space, and then rotate the line. Make sure it's always separate to class until somehow we find the right angle of your line. The margin, the two boundary of the margin touch 3 points. Okay? Then which means you could be the true answer. Right? Rule 1, rule 2. Make sure you write it down, it's important. Rule 1, the line should separate two classes. Rule 2, the margin of the line should touch 3 points on the boundary. As long as you satisfy both rules, you should be able to find the right answer. Otherwise, you keep rotating your line. Yeah?
Does it matter in which order you select point 1, point 2, point 3, except for the equation to be 1 minus 2 and 2 minus 3? Does it really matter? The values still turn out to be the same.
Yeah, I mean x1, x2, x3, no matter how you define which 3,
Right.
and the order
Okay.
is not important. Because if you change the order, basically you change the order of linear equations. But still, it's the same system of 3 linear equations. Right? So, I mean, which one is S1, which one is S2, you decide, should be no difference.
You have to make sure you set it equal to -1 and 1.
Sorry?
Yeah.
You have to make sure you set it equal to -1 or 1.
Because
Because if it's positive.
two boundary of the margin touch 3 points.
Yeah.
Right? Because the two boundary are +1, -1, right?
Right.
For this
You have to
reason,
make sure that you set
the 3 points should be +1 or -1.
But based on that, like how you do this, like positive plus or negative plus, this decision is that going to differ?
Yeah, I mean, in this example, we have 2 red and one black. But if I change some location, if I move some points different location, maybe then this support vector will become 2 black points and 1 red.
Yeah, right. Now, what I was saying is that like based on like which class is positive and which one is negative, this decision is also gonna differ, right? Like the test points.
Yeah.
And then
So here we define black class is positive. For this reason, this should be +1.
right.
So this 2 should be
Minus
-1.
Yeah.
So if you define red is positive, then these 2 points should be +1. This should be -1. I mean, even if you did this wrong, you will not lose any points
Shouldn't be. Yeah.
for me to think exam.
Now,
Okay?
what is that decision making when you are doing those taste points with x5 and x6? I mean, is there going to be any problem in that?
So if you again, right? So here, so black class is a positive class, right? So then greater than 0, which is black class, right? And if you define black class, black is a negative class.
That should be less than 0.
Yeah, it's less than 0. It does not matter. I mean, black is positive or black is negative, does not matter. So that's why, right? I mean, so actually, it's not as easy as you could think to solve this system 3 linear equations. So make sure do not be overconfident from your midterm exam, especially if you want to get an A, right? So make sure you practice, because homework 4, right, has I think a lot of practices. I mean, practice questions are related to this. So make sure you can finish all the questions in homework 4. And homework 4 does not involve any programming, right? I mean, if you can answer the question now, you should be able to finish in 1 hour, maybe 2 hours. I mean, anyone volunteer? You write answer here, or you have a question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's say our function is not a straight line, but an exponential decaying function that separates the 2 data sets. So how can we identify that line which separates if it's not a straight line?
So the question was, so far we only consider a line as a boundary.
Yeah.
But there are applications where the best boundary should be a nonlinear line, right? So in the last part of the lecture, I will tell you how we can generalize this easily to nonlinear. Okay? Yeah, I mean, just wait to the last part of the lecture. Actually, next Monday, I'll tell you. So basic idea is as long as you know, as long as you are familiar enough with this line as a boundary, Okay? Then it's very, very straightforward. You can somehow, generalize a line to any nonlinear boundary. Very, very easily. Okay? So why is easy? You wait, because you need to first make sure you are familiar with this line. Okay? You're not even not familiar with this line, then it's difficult for you to think about how to use the nonlinear boundary. Any other question? Or if anyone volunteer, you can write answer here. Okay? Keep in mind, right? Each time you answer, you answer the questions correctly, you get 1 bonus point. The 1 bonus point is 1/100 of your final grade. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, sorry?
Do I need to calculate this and
Oh, that's fine. As long as you calculate W. Yeah. Good, thank you. You just write it and write that. You write your answer. That's enough.
Just the answer.
That will be, yeah. What that will be?
I haven't calculated.
Then you cannot. Sorry.
Yeah, I can write.
You write, okay?
Just you want the answers, right?
Yeah. Okay, thank you. So then we just use this template, right? So x1, what's x1? So we consider 2, 2. 2, 2, just right here, 2, 2. x2, 5, 0. 5, 0. x3, 5, 2, right? And then this becomes 2, 2, 5, 0, 5, 2. And 2, 2, 5, 0. Red, right? 2 red points, because we define red as negative. That's why it's a -1. And then 5, 2, positive 1. So that's why what we have is let me write here. So this basically is 2W1 plus 2W2 plus B equal to -1. And 5W1 plus 0 plus B equal to -1. And then 5W1 plus 2W2 plus B equal to 1. So it's 1, 2, 3. And then 1 minus 2. So 1 minus 2 minus 3W1 plus 2W2 equal to 0, right? So which means W equal to 3W1. W2 is 3 over 2W1. Right? And then 2 minus 3. 2 minus 3. 0, right? Minus 2W2 equal to -2, right? You follow? So this is why W2 equal to 1, right? So W2 equal to 1, then W1 will become 2 over 3, right? W1 is 2 over 3. 1, 2 over 3. Great. So now let's 1 over, so W1, where is W1 here? Oh, okay. 2 over 3, 1, okay, great. And then we just pick any one, right? So what do we have? 2 W1, 2 over 3, plus 2 equal to 1, plus B should equal to -1, right? So B will be -1 minus 4 over 3 minus 2, so which is -3, 3, 4, right? Let me see here. minus 3 minus 4 over 3, which is 3 minus 13, right? Can you follow? Okay, great. So you both are correct. That's all right. And then the calculated distance is just, is the same formula you can use everywhere, right? And then about for any testing point, so let me show here. Use another example. So this is sorry. So this is the midterm exam last year. So here, right? So basically, so we have 6 points here, and question 1. So find W and B here. Can you try again? So if you can finish this answer, which means you are prepared for midterm exam. Let me actually I already show here. So please, again, right, practice. I'll ask a volunteer again, right? 2 volunteers. Anyone? You cannot. Oh, each student can only try once. So you have 3 students? That's fine, yeah, come. 1, yeah, so, yeah, please. So what you write here?
Same answer.
Same answer?
The same question.
Same question, yeah. So we need another pen. Without that, you can work offline and then just write the answer. Okay? So please, right, practice. So basically, right, you need to find a line separate 2 classes. Which means you should, the boundary of the margin should touch 3 points. So which are the 3 points? So this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You need to find a line that separates 2 classes. So please practice, right? It's important because the first Monday after the spring break, okay, will be the time for midterm exam. So try to practice now. And again, right? The reason why I have time here to practice is because we're going to use more and more symbols. In the following part of the lecture. So I want you to get used to numbers, right? For midterm exam, likely you have 6 points, 3 points, one class, 3 points that belong to another class. Similar to this. And then you need to find somehow calculate what is W and what is B. So this is 4, 4, right? 4, 4, 4, 5, 6, 6. This is a 3, 2. This is a 1, 3. This is 2, 7. Please practice, it's important. So I'll go over, in order to save time, right? So what should be the 3 points? Intuitively, right, the line should be like this, right?
2, 7, 3, 2, and 5, 5.
So this 3, 2,
Yeah.
2, 7,
Then 5, 5.
5, 5. 5, 5, 3, 2, 2, 7, right? Okay, so we have 3 points. And then we define, okay, yeah, we need to see which one is positive. Green is positive. So this is positive, red is negative. So which means 5, 5. 5, 5? Yeah. I see, okay, in this case,
6, 4.
I think, sorry, you already failed.
Yeah, 4 is parallel, right? So we can take this point also because this point is parallel.
No, there's no 4, 4.
If you take
There's no 4 here.
oh, I thought it is 4.
Sorry, but that's fine, you do not lose anything. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so again, right, so in this case, because I forgot to mention, green is a positive, then I should assume green is negative. Okay? So green is negative, then 5, 5 minus 1, and then 3, 2, 3, 2. Three, 2, 5, 5. This is wrong, right? Because why? Because these 2 points are different colors, right? They're all negative. See, it's 5, 5, right? 5, 5. 3, 2.
This one.
This one?
5,
Okay.
5 plus 1, 3, 2 minus 1, 2, 7 minus 1.
Oh, that's fine. That's good. Sorry, you cannot. you are not correct. Yeah, because this part is wrong.
No, I haven't does that. Started from here, so.
Okay. Let's try. Thank you. Let me try one.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So 5, 5. So in this case, 5, 5 is green, right? So it's positive. That's okay. That's good. And then 3, 2, 3, 2, negative. And then 2, 7, negative. Great. So now what we have is 5W1 plus 5W2 plus B equal to 1. And then 3W1 plus 2W2 plus B equal to minus 1. And then 2W1 plus 7W2 plus B equal to minus 1. So this is equation 1, equation 2, equation 3. And then equation 1 minus equation 2. Equation 1 minus equation 2, 2W1 3W2 equal to 2. This is right, right? And then 2 minus 3. 2 minus 3. W1 minus 5W0. W2 equal to 0, right? This is correct. So which means W1 equal to 5W2, right? And then, so 5W1 equal to 5W2. So we plug in W1, 5W2. So 10W2 plus 3W2. Then we have 13W2. So that's why W2 is 2 over 13. And then W1 will be 10 over 13. And then we plug 10 over 13, 2 over 13 to this equation. We get this is B is minus 47 over 13. Okay? That's why what do we have? This is line W dot x plus b equal to 0. W is W1 with W1.
10, 30.
10, 13. And then W2,
230.
2, 13. What is B?
Minus 47%.